Hyperbola, Part 5.
Hello everyone. In this session, we will discuss very important concept, asymptotes, and what is the definition of asymptote, and how to find the equation of the asymptotes to the hyperbola. So ఈ వీడియోని స్కిప్ చేయకుండా ఎండ్ వరకు చూడండి. So without delay, coming to topic, asymptotes. So what is mean by asymptotes? So asymptotes are exist for curves only. So simply that are lines. See here, an asymptote of a curve is a line such that the distance between curve and line approaches to 0, but they do not touch even at infinity. See here, for example, if you consider y is equal to 1 by x curve. So once you observe the graph of y is equal to 1 by x. So in this graph, the both x-axis and y-axis, so which are nearer to curve, but they do not touch the curve even they tends to infinity also. If we extend the curve on x-axis side as well as y-axis side, here also on x-axis side, on y-axis side, clearly the line and the curve are closer, but they do not touch. So here also we can extend the y-axis. So here also we can extend the x-axis as well as y-axis. Even they tends to infinity. So in that case also the curve and the lines are nearer, but they do not touch. So we can say that the both x-axis and y-axis are called what? Asymptotes. Simply asymptotes అంటే ఇక్కడ x and y-axis ఈ కర్వ్ కి క్లోజర్ గా ఉన్నాయి, బట్ అవి టచ్ కావట్లేదు. ఈవెన్ అవి ఇన్ఫైనైట్ కి ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేసిన కర్వ్ ని ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయండి, అలాగే లైన్స్ ని ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయండి, ఆ రెండు ఇన్ఫైనైట్ వరకు ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేసిన ఆ రెండు మాత్రం టచ్ కావు, బట్ దే ఆర్ క్లోజర్ టు ఈచ్ అదర్. సో దాన్ని మనం అసిమ్ప్టోట్స్ అంటాం. Now clearly here x-axis, which is called horizontal line, so we can say that this is called as horizontal asymptote. Next, so the y-axis is called vertical line, so we can say that this is called as vertical asymptote. So total asymptotes are three types. One is horizontal asymptotes, next one vertical asymptotes, next one oblique asymptotes. Simply that is slant asymptote, means which is not parallel to x-axis, not parallel to y-axis. So that line is called what? Slant line. Okay. So next we can find the asymptotes of hyperbola. So here to find the asymptotes of hyperbola. So first we can draw the hyperbola. So here consider the coordinate axis. So this is the coordinate axis. Means the both x and y axis are called a coordinate axis. So draw the hyperbola. So this is the hyperbola figure. Now here we can find what? Asymptotes of hyperbola. So already we discussed about asymptotes. So once you observe the graph, see here these lines are nearer to the curve, but they do not touch. So we can say that these lines are called what? Asymptotes. Now to find the equation of the asymptotes to the hyperbola. So clearly these lines are neither parallel to x-axis nor parallel to y-axis. So that lines are called what? Slant lines. Therefore this asymptote is called a slant asymptote. Now to find the equation of the asymptotes to the hyperbola. Consider the standard form of hyperbola. Let x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. So this is what? Standard form of the hyperbola. Now clearly these lines are what? Slant lines. So clearly the slant line is of the form some y is equals to mx plus c. Be any line. Okay, so that line is called what? asymptote. Now to find here M and C. So clearly solving these two equations. So this is equation 1. This is equation 2. So solving means let us consider they are intersect. That is substitute y is equal to mx plus c here. That is x square by a square minus what is y? Mx plus c whole square divided by b square, which is equals to 1. Now solving this, that is what is the LCM? A square b square. So what is the numerator? Cross multiplication. B square x square minus a square into this. That is a square into mx plus c whole square, which is equals to 1. Again, which is b square x square minus a square into a plus b whole square form. That is m square x square plus c square plus 2ab. That is 2mcx. Cross multiplication a square b square into 1, which is equals to a square b square. Now clear, which becomes b square x square multiplying inside minus a square m square x square minus a square into c square minus a square c square. Next minus a square into this minus 2mc a square x. We can send it left hand side, it becomes minus a square b square equals to 0. Now first we can take the x square terms common. So here in the first two terms x square is common, we will get b square minus a square m square into x square. Next write x terms, that is minus 2mc a square x. Next this one constant minus a square is common. So what will you get? C square plus b square, which is equals to 0. So clearly which is a quadratic equation in terms of x. We know that for any quadratic equation we have two roots. So means they are intersecting at two distinct points. But according to definition of asymptote, asymptote is a line and this asymptote never touches the curve even they tends to infinity. Now, so in that case there is no roots. They are not intersect. Not intersect means there is no roots. So roots are infinite. Okay. Now clearly sum of the roots infinite because of roots are infinite. Next, product of the roots. So this is also infinite. Okay. So here you know that for a quadratic equation, what is the sum of the roots formula? Minus b by a equals to infinite. And product of the roots formula, c by a equals to infinite. So here in both cases, the denominator is 0. Then only that is equals to infinity. So clearly a is equals to what? 0. Now what is a here? Quotient of x square, that is b square minus a square m square is equals to 0. Okay. So next, if b is 0, then it is also 0 by 0 infinite. So b means coefficient of x is 0. What is the coefficient of x? Minus 2mc a square. So minus 2mc a square equals to 0. Okay. Now from this, what is m square value? So here from this equation, b square is equal to a square m square. From this, m square is equals to b square by a square. Again, what is m value? M is equals to plus or minus b by a. Now here, clear, which becomes what? This equation becomes minus 2 send right side and a square also send right side, that is constant. Therefore, you will get mc equal to 0. But here m is not equals to 0. So then definitely C also 0. So C equals to 0 since M is not equals to 0. Now substitute M value, C value in equation 2. So clearly this equation 2 becomes y equals to M. What is M? Plus or minus B by A into what? X. What is C? 0 plus 0. So therefore which becomes y is equals to plus or minus B by A x. So these are the equation of asymptotes to the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equals to 1. Okay. For next session we will discuss more problems. ఈ వీడియోలో మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే డెఫినెట్గా కామెంట్ చేయండి. ఈ వీడియో నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ అండ్ షేర్ చేయండి. సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయడం మాత్రం మర్చిపోకండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.